Let's fight. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. We're fired up at this end, ready to go. It's 8 o'clock. We in the ring, folks. Get your chips, your fish, your cokes, whatever you're having for dinner, folks. Your saltfish, whatever it is. Good to have each and every one of you here with us. Looking forward to seeing the rest of you. Christopher Chester is here. Good to have you here, Christopher. Lots happening out there, folks. Lots and lots and lots and lots happening out there. And we're just so privileged to have you fantastic folks with us. We are so privileged to have all of you with we. Good to have you all on the live tonight. Good folks, share that live. Smash that emoji button as we start this evening. Share, share, share. You all know how we do it. Share the live and smash that emoji button. We crossing the T's, we dotting the I's. That's how we do it in the ring, folks. We starting international, coming regional, and then we coming down. We coming down. We coming down. Good to have each and every one of you in the ring with us tonight, folks. Good to have you all here. Pace and power, pace and power, pace and power, pace and power. Adding some more folks to the live tonight. Adding some of you. If you're now joining us, share the live. Don't be bashful, good folks. Not this evening. Lavinia. Good to have you. Norma Jones. Michelle. Charles. I see. It's Clangran is here. Cernima. Erwin Don Cook. Evelina Whitaker is here too. Good to have you. By now, my sister-in-law went off over the weekend. Angel and Jermaine married over the weekend. I was in Berbice for the entire weekend. Had a great time. Back, fired up, and ready to go. It's only some of y'all late tonight. It's only some of y'all late. But I'm happy that you folks are here. So Hardy Odas is here. Leslie Hamilton is here. If you're coming back and you're watching this, you're late. Good to have you here. Tanagni and Michaela, Fred and Leslie, Marcel, Donnet, Redoman, Alexis, Penelope Hudson, good to see you there, and Charles Nelson, Leon Logan, Cecilia, Joseph, English, Norma Jones, and Leslie Thompson. The whole crew here, folks, and we're privileged. We are happy. Share the damn live. Smash that emoji. Smush it up for us, folks. If you feel there's any value in this program, that's what has brought you here. All 323 of you, 2 minutes into the broadcast. We're so privileged that you guys have joined us tonight. We're going to be here for about 45 minutes. All things being equal. All things being equal, folks. Them boys, play with us. Play with we. Yeah. Jagabats and trench crappers trying with we. We're not going to have it though. We're not allowing it. They see we looking good. Them boys trying to come wrong. We funny. Don't do it. Don't do it. The come wrong is funny, folks. Good to have all of you here with us from the many places you all are joining us from. So glad to see all of you. We got Andrew. Andrew Griffith is here. Andrew says respect and manners. Good to have you here, Andrew. Leon Logan. Michaela Andrew Coates. Good to see you here. Michaela said, done share the live. Y'all be like Michaela, man. Please and thank you. Could we be like Michaela? Don't take out French capos and them jagabats and the don't take out animal farm. You all be like Michaela. If you can choose to be like anybody, you want role models, choose to be like Michaela. Don't share the live. We ain't begging. We ain't begging, friends. Donnet Harden George. Good to have you here. Donnet said we stand with you. Thank you, Donnet. Felicia Collymore, good to see you too. Ingrid, Ambrose, and Leon Logan. Andrew Griffith, good to see you as well, Andrew, and all the other beautiful folk join us. Tracy Clark, we see you there. Leon Logan, we see you there. Cecilia Clark, we see you too. Michaela, Beatrice, Marcel, good to see you. All the folks on the live with us this evening, good to have you all here with us. And if you all know our broadcast, you all know where we're going by now, folks. Yep. We got it. We got the opener. Fight card set. We have the opener as well. Opener, fight card. We know the whole thing. We know the whole story. Richard Thomas, we see you there. Marnus Toby, Amita Carroll, Michael, Alitha Galloway, we see you there. Everett Small, Patricia, Amelia Sampson, good to see you there as well. Erwin Don Cook, of course. Of course, you got the regulars. I'm so happy. all of you are joining us. You know where we're going. The Alliance for Change is saying this corrupt administration with the corrupt ministers, they are trying to humiliate a section of the workforce, humiliate a section of the public service. And they're referring to more specifically to that proposed raise in salaries, cost of living, way sky high. Read today's Shabbat News. How the cost of living treating you. Read that article there every Monday. And you can see how the cost of living treating people in this country. Today they talk about the indigenous communities in this country. Cost of living terry tale. Corruption so much, everybody's fetching up this money, Dora. Ain't care about poor people. Ain't care about the teachers. That's what the Alliance for Change spoke about. Those are who? Persons who the Alliance for Change spoke about. They mean to humiliate the teachers by offering them this measly sum of money. Take a listen, folks. It's the opener, compliments of the Alliance for Change. Thank you so much, Uncle Adam, for that. Take a look, folks, and take a listen. Take a look and take a listen.
The Guyana Teachers Union and the Education Ministry recently signed an agreement for better pay. There has been much criticism over the signing. General Secretary Coretta MacDonald has gone public in her accusation of GTU President Mark Light selling out the teachers. Cameron Ramjadan said that one can't take the word of the PPP for granted when it says that it doesn't have fiscal space.
It would appear do not want to give a better day to our teachers for a variety of reasons, including political and ethnic, and they want to humiliate a certain section of our population.
To satisfy these objectives, the PPP would create charandas facades within the trade union, according to Ramjatan. The Director of Finance told a press conference that they offered to the teachers as an indication of how the PPP intends to deal with the public servants.
Overall, for 2024, 2025, and 2026, because if this is what they have tabled before the teachers, it indicates to me that that's the direction that they're going in for all public servants. And we have an issue with that, because when you were looking, I think the Stats Bureau, when I think the last number I looked at was for May 2024, the inflation was at 7.2%.
She said that Guyana should be aware that everything isn't above board.
No, the Exim Bank is not approving the loan when it comes to the gas, the energy. But the BP is saying very, very boldly that, yeah, even if it's not approved, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to spend money towards this. And the Exim Bank isn't approving it because it's not showing feasible.
From the way money is being directed, the evidence is clear that the government has no interest in the Guyanese working class, she said. The teachers proposed a detailed plan.
It started 30%. That was the act from the inception. So for the government to actually basically say no, and at some point in time we have to put the blame where it is due, and that is solely at the feet of government.
She said that the decision to pay the teachers was what was agreed on, and that came from the upper echelons of the government. Member of Parliament Cathy Hughes said that Guyana is far removed from the time when the PPP contended that the teachers should be given a 50% increase.
When Guyana was a HIPIC country, registered as HIPIC, highly indebted poor country, we were able to give at least a 5%. Standard, it used to be 5 to 7% increase. We are now supposedly the Dubai fastest growing economy, and we can only give our teachers 10% when, as Member Parliament Dorita has already mentioned, the inflation alone is 7.4%.
The government has acknowledged how important the teachers are. It said that the increased fail grades at the external examinations was due to the strike by the teachers.
You are not committed to ensure that those teachers have all the resources and an acceptable living wage so they can guarantee our young people, our students, the future of Guyana can do better.
Yep. That's how it went down, folks. That's how it went down. We producing oil now, folks. We're the oil producing republic, aka Little Dubai. 1 minister think that I got oil well and so on. He's suing me for $50 million. Just build a lavish, big, palatial dwelling there in Region 3. You want to build another one out for me, apparently. We watch you right, folks. We gonna watch you right and how it goes down. That was the opener, just in case you're wondering. Folks, you're new to our program. We kind of mix it up a little bit. Mix it up a little bit, folks. And here's where we're starting tonight. This evening, we are starting in Sudan because they're telling us a dam has given way in Sudan. Good, folks. A dam has given way in Sudan. And my God, it has caused some historic flooding. Historic flooding. This is the Arbat Dam, and this is 60, not 16, 60 persons have been already killed. Yeah, pull that back for us. Pull back this breakages of the dam. Information suggests that this dam collapsed due to heavy rainfall and caused, listen to this, tens of thousands of people to be forced from their homes. Tens of thousands. The dam collapsed in the Red Sea state and is one of the worst incidents in the history of Sudan, causing widespread flooding. Yeah. Widespread flooding. This has caused damage to the major fiber optic cables in the country, causing communication outages. The area, of course, is being visited by the powers that be there in Sudan, and they've called for assistance from all federal and state agencies to be brought to bear on this Red Sea state. And this dam that gave way quite recently, the Arbat Dam. Folks, Sudan has been in the throes of a war for a little bit now. Since April, millions, they tell us, have been forced from their homes, and multiple states there in Sudan have been reporting famine. Yeah, pray for the good folks in Sudan. If you got a heart, if you're a believer, pray for the folks there in Sudan. The Arbat Dam has given way, it has collapsed. 60 dead. 60 dead. 6-0. 6-0. What says every man's death diminishes me. If it's just one, if it's not flooding, look this. Y'all tell me it's the end times. You got the 7 plagues now. A potentially lethal, listen to this. It's not an Anopheles mosquito. It's another one. Potentially lethal mosquito-borne virus. And this is in the US of A. Rare, potentially lethal mosquito-borne virus. Right? And this has taken several towns in the US by surprise, and they're scampering now, closing parks at night and restricting outdoor activities that coincide with when these mosquitoes are most active. 10 communities alone in Massachusetts have been designated as, listen, high or critical risk for this eastern equine eucalyptus. They call it the 3 E's. A lot of E's there for truth. Right? And it spreads through this 3 E's potentially lethal virus spreads through the affected mosquito, the infected mosquito. And when you see the Center for Disease Control stepping in, you must know it's serious. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says that there's currently no vaccine for this triple E potentially lethal virus. No vaccines available to treat people who are affected. So that's something they are watching very closely, and that's why they've closed down some of the parks and open spaces, especially when these mosquitoes are suggested to be active. If it's not one thing, it's the next, folks. Right? If you live somewhere you're not affected by the triple E's, count your blessings twice. Count your blessings twice, folks. Please and thank you. We got the flood in Sudan. We got the triple E's, this potentially lethal virus. And again, they said this is called by the Eastern Equine Encephalitis mosquito, triple E's. And when we finish with that, We got Mpox to deal with now. never, never dull, a dull moment, because Jamaica, listen to some of the facts where the Mpox spread in Jamaica is concerned, and quite a bit of unique data here coming out of Jamaica by the Jamaican authorities, and we're picking up this now. As we said, we're coming closer now in the region, pulling back to Jamaica for us, and they're telling us males accounted for 18 out of every 21 Jamaican cases of Mpox between 2022 and 2023. Of course, this is monkeypox. They have now give this new name to Mpox. And the cases have been, my lord, have been showing this what they call a gender imbalance. Who knows what's causing it? Loretta, Yvette, John, Kim Walker, Roxanne Garraway. A gender imbalance with, again, males accounting for 18 out of every 21 recorded cases in Jamaica. And this is according to the Health and Wellness Minister, Dr. Christopher Tufton, who confirmed this gender breakdown at a recent press conference there in Jamaica. Of course, if you've been following these broadcasts, you know that Mpox cases were recorded first in July 2022, with 21 confirmed cases between then and now. Well, many confirmed cases, sorry. I'm mixing that up a little bit. This outbreak, of course, Jamaica is seeing this gender imbalance is largely among men who have sex with other men, MSN. Right? But the Jamaican authorities are telling us they've been able to control it through vaccination and behavior modification. This gender imbalance, 18 out of every 21 persons, male, contracting Mpox in Jamaica. And then they say they're seeing a high prevalence among men who have sex with men in Jamaica. And again, coming out of this press conference quite recently, they said there's no data provided by the health ministry to confirm that males who contracted the disease locally were all MSM, men who have sex with men. Of course, you know by now, if you've been following this, that Mpox is a rare disease that can affect anyone, regardless of gender or sexual orientation, they say. But again, they're looking at this imbalance here in Jamaica. And this virus has been declared a public health emergency by the international body. And it was specific in its early stages to the Democratic Republic of the Congo and several other African countries. And now we see this spread. And of course, it has been declared a international a global health emergency. And that's why you see we discussed in this morning's program. Locally, they say here that they have vaccines on the ready, and they've been having their surveillance ongoing. And ready here. The first case outside of Africa, just a bit of more information, was reported in Sweden, and then we saw it spread elsewhere in Europe, and now the Caribbean, and of course Jamaica. They're seeing this gender imbalance among their citizens who have thus far contracted Mpox. Yep, very interesting information there. And before we come out of the Caribbean, folks, look at this. The Dominican Republic has just honored its Olympic gold medalist. It has just honored its Olympic gold medalist. And again, these CARICOM countries ain't playing like us. They're not playing like us. The gold medalist is one Thea Lafond Gatson. And she, boy, look, let me show you some of what they have done thus far. Of course, number one, she's gotten the country's highest honor, Thea Lafond Gatson. This is the Dominican Award for Honor. The Dominican Award for Honor. Right? The country's highest national award. This is following her Olympic gold medal, of course, at the recently concluded Paris Games. And Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has appointed LaFon Gatson as listen to this now, their international sports ambassador. Hold on, it gets better. It gets better. We have to get it. We have to get it. It gets better. They have also given to herself and her husband diplomatic passports. You all try with that. Diplomatic passports. You know, in some Caribbean countries, their opposition parliamentarians, government parliamentarians, as well as, of course, government ministers have diplomatic passports. And so in this country backward. So Roosevelt Scarlett and his administration, they have given her the national award. They've appointed her as their international sports ambassador and given them diplomatic passports. But you can't need diplomatic passports and stuff. In addition to that, LaFon Gatson is going to receive a cash gift of 400,000 EC dollars. What's the conversion? Some of y'all might folks tell me, what's the conversion? 400,000 EC dollars. What's the conversion? Right? What's the conversion? Those are the folks who would have attended, those other athletes who would have attended the Paris Games on behalf of the Dominican Republic. They are going to get 20,000 EC dollars each. Yeah. International sports ambassador, diplomatic passport, 400,000. I can see some guys. I'm going to run for these people now. Real comments? Eva Mattis, Jawan Bundari. What's the conversion? Y'all help me, the man. Help me, the man. Magnet Barrow. What's the conversion? Help me, the man. Y'all are better with the maths. Help me, the man. Volme. Arvin Dunn. You know, we got with the match. Shin Singh. Osman Hodge. Good to see all of you on the live tonight. While we wait for that, folks, we move on. We all know 592. Once we come in the 592, it's the place for the maths. Ain't always maths in. It is the place where the maths. The maths are always maths in. And the Sandra Hanover, good to see you there. Edward Gonzalez. Eunice, is it you? That's what my little son asks. Mommy, is it you? When he sees you coming, he just wakes up and he sees your face. Daddy, is it you? It is I, my boy. It is I. Laverne Joseph says, confusing 592. Confusion powder sprinkle over us. Yeah. We in the 592. You think we are able to get a 400,000 EC diplomatic passport international? They get a little 2x4 piece of land and chuck you in a car now. With a one-room flat house. Throw down your chest. Sue me for 50 million. Throw down your chest, folks. Who bets the corrupt? That's the problem with them. They are corrupt to the core. Corrupt to the core. We open with the Alliance for Change, might as well return to them again. The gold declarations in the country going down. Why is it so? Why is it that the coalition had its highest yield of sugar, historic yields of sugar, historic yields of rice? Why is it historic increases for teachers, public servants every single year? Good increases. You can look forward to good back pay and so on. Why is it everything under this government going down, going down, going down like gold? AFC says this decline we see in gold declaration is due to the reduced enforcement. A lot of things passing under the table. That's what's going on, folks. Once we come into 592, folks, I know what it is. You know what it is. Take a look. Take a listen.
Declaration from small and medium scale gold miners declined further during the first quarter of the year, according to statistics presented by the analysts. Co-founder of the Alliance for Change, Kemraj Ramjatan, said that there are laws. The problem is enforcement.
Geology and Mines Commissioners, officers, and personnel ought to ensure that they go to these mining areas wherever there is active mining going on and see that there is no pollution. The thing is being done in accordance with the bylaws and sustainable development of our mining industry and so on. And those who are doing it illegally or contrary to the specifications of the mining regulations, they ought to be charged or penalized, and they can do that. I understand they have powers under kind of a civil law arrangement where they can put a fine.
He said that there are people to do the enforcement, but that remains a problem.
Enforcement is the thing. And there are lots of laws in Guyana, just like thou shalt not commit corruption by senior officers of the police force. There are laws against that. But we still see corruption.
Member of Parliament Joreda Finance said that the Bank of Guyana report is telling.
That declaration for gold from the small and medium scale operators declined by 24.2%. And I think persons need to really understand, and an in-depth investigation needs to be done into this matter, particularly because like Mr. Ramjisan just pointed out, one of the major issues we have is enforcement.
She said that the mining officers pay the most attention to the small and medium scale miners.
And a lot of times the cases that you will find coming up is that those persons would be complaining heavily that even when they go out and they are working a lot and they are basically looking for gold prospecting, as they would call it, if they do come into areas that have gold, by the time they get and actually make applications for them to legally work the land, then you will see some persons with more connections will be given access to those lands, because that is how it is done.
The decline is mostly due to the performance of the medium-scale miners. In the period 2015 to 2020, the numbers were higher. This was because of enforcement, she said.
Immediately as we took office in 2020, now we have been seeing decline in the declaration when it comes to gold in Guyana. So there's definitely a correlation in between the two, the people being in office and the declarations reducing.
Yep. The PPP says it's just coincidence. It's just coincidental, jugglebats, trench rappers, poles, and cricketers. Then it says just coincidental. Coincidental too. Apparently that Calvin Brutus, according to Paul Slow, is getting special treatment. Remember, Calvin Brutus went on leave to facilitate an investigation. And that is the question that is being asked. Why is Calvin Brutus getting special treatment? This is according to former senior policeman, former assistant commissioner of police, Paul Slow. He says Calvin Brutus is getting special treatment. He wants to know why. Tell you, once we come in the 592, it's trouble. Blood trouble. Take a look. Take a listen.
The investigation into the financial irregularities allegedly committed by Assistant Commissioner Calvin Brutus seems to be going nowhere. The Special Organized Crime Unit, headed by Assistant Commissioner Fazil Karimbach, reportedly invited Brutus to be questioned. Retired Assistant Police Commissioner Paul Slow said that almost 2 months after the charge, the allegation of financial impropriety hasn't been put to Brutus. He quoted a news report that claimed that Brutus declined an invitation to be questioned by Soku.
The officer on the investigation told Soku rang via telephone that a specific clause in the Police Discipline Act prevents them from questioning him. He then hung up the phone.
Slow said that Soku doesn't have the competence to investigate crimes of financial impropriety. He said that Brutus was right to decline Soku's invitation.
The next step should be for you to find wherever he is and arrest him. But it would appear that once the man declined the invitation to report to Soku or wherever, they just leave it at that. I'm not aware that anything has been done.
Brutus is accused of attempting to launder some $16.5 million through the police credit union. Slow said that Soku had the option of issuing a wanted bulletin for Brutus.
They put out wanted bulletin for the former head of Soku, Sidney James. They wanted him for something, and apparently, I don't know if they make attempts to get him or what, but they had a wanted bulletin in the media for the former head of the Special Organized Crime Unit, Special Assistant Commissioner Sidney James.
He queried whether special treatment was being meted out to Brutus. The investigation into the financial irregularities
happening in this country, sometimes when you see what's happening in this country, you question yourself. You question the sanity of the leaders. You all know once you come in the fight into, you ever wake up good, 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 good. You even know what happened? Money got for Mac in the police force, ministers in government are corrupt. People come for make money off of y'all. No money come for make. That's what them boys say. There's a possible Vibes Cartel performance that could be happening next year. That's what we're hearing. Could be happening next year. Dancehall star Vibes Cartel has given a hint, they say, right, that he could be performing in Guyana next year. This is only after he had sworn off performing in Guyana, following a 2011 ban on some of its music by NCN, thanks to I think it was Minister of Home Affairs, Robeson Ben, who I think is credible, banning the music. Say we want violence and no music here. He said, you come back to Guyana until 2025. So a lot of people got some raised eyebrow here. If you were a cartel fan, we're happy for you. We're happy for you. He said, he can come back to Guyana. But here he is. There's a hint. There's a hint. Right? There's a hint that he might be coming back. Yep. Yep. Let's see what happens, folks. Let us see what happens. This would be, the information suggests that we have that Cartel's first post-prison performance in Jamaica is set for December 31st, 2024. And we might be the next one after that. Could be the 1st of January, 2025. Who knows? It seems as though these artists, when they go to prison, especially these dancehall Caribbean artists, when they go to prison, like they come out even more hot, folks. From prison onto stage, we do differently in the region. Best wishes to Cartel, family, and the music. Best wishes to him, folks. That's just some of what we're following. Vibes might be coming next year. For your information. Here's where we go next. They tell us the new Demerara Harbor Bridge, this 260 million US bridge, is 64% complete. I know some of y'all might be crossing right now, watching your smartphone, looking across the left and saying, really? Or you're right, depends on which end you're crossing from. So really? 64% complete? You might not be believing it. Welcome to the 592. You mean they spend 64% of the money? Right? We gotta unpack this a little bit more. And of course, they're saying this bridge, that's not the strangest thing. This bridge is to alleviate traffic congestion from the old bridge. You sure? You sure? Is the old bridge importing all them cars and him building proper roads and bridges and so on? It's the old bridge, no? This is the old bridge causing this traffic congestion that necessitates this new bridge being built. Say this and so, folks. Say this and so. We're moving along. Of course, if we talk about the roads and bridges and so on, they're telling us now the Ogle Access Road, the Ogle to Eccles rather, 4-lane highway has commenced. I saw some big headlines. I saw the thing finish. Since I heard all the fanfare that people did, I said the thing finished. But alas, folks, alas, what else do we expect? What else? Right? They said they're looking now for this program to be completed in October. It didn't state a year. And by the amount of delays we've had in roads and bridges and so on, it could be October 2025 or 2026 and 2027. You just do not know with this administration because you know there are many delays and new dates set and all of that and subcontract. And so we don't really know. So they're looking at the completion timeline of October. That's what we got. And that's what we're giving you. Of October. Thank you, PPP. Oh, they're a gift. They're a gift. Respect and manners. Who we giving it to tonight? Respect and manners. People doing well, of course, doing something momentous. International arbitration and practice trading. It's happening now. It's a 5-day training, and we love to see our attorneys building capacity. You got to stay cutting edge in this business, you know. Soon you lapse your Caribbean counterpart, regional, your international counterpart, the government, you can't teach you dinner. You have to stay sharp, and we are happy that these folks here, they're staying sharp. They're not wasting time at all. They are not wasting time. And this is the a project between the Guyana government and a UK, I think the UK government, through a UK agency, facilitating this international arbitral practice training practice. It's a part of a human resource capacity building exercise aiming to enhance Guyanese lawyers' expertise in international arbitration. The training will cover, listen to this, some important areas. You know, when I was done reading for my bachelor's degree in law, I thought I would pursue drafting. It had always piqued my interest. Legal drafting. This is what this training covered. Am I going to sign up? You know, it will cover drafting arbitration agreements, commencing arbitration proceedings, right? Constituting arbitration tribunals, which also deal with written and oral phases of arbitration, enforcing and challenging arbitral awards, resisting enforcement through sovereign immunity, and investor-state arbitration. The whole spectrum of it, the whole gamut of it. Love it, love it, love it that our attorneys locally are getting this, as I said, this capacity building. The training is going to cover reviews of our Electronic Communication Transactions Act of 2023 and the Planning and Development Single Window Systems Act of 2023 as well. And the training is supported by the Advocates for International Development Rule of Law Expertise. The acronym there is ROLE UK. This program and also UK Aid in conjunction with the Attorney General's office. You know, kudos to our local lawyers who are building capacity in this fantastic way. Yep. Kudos to them. Respect your manners. When good things happening, we can cheer along. You know where we're at. We can cheer along. I like to be a fair person, you know. I like to be a fair person. Pull it back, folks. Yeah. No place like Guyana. Father, have his mercies. Father, have his mercies. When you see some things happen, we started with Sudan, we gone to the mosquitoes, we went to Mpox, Bigfoot, smallpox, you name it. The 7 plagues, and y'all telling us this is not end times. Father, have his mercies, because they're telling us, folks. This elderly woman, this was her miracle day. I think this was the 21st day of August. This was her miracle day. Her gas bottle exploded. Her gas cylinder, folks, exploded at her shop and her selling on the East Bank. And that lady walked away from that. She has some serious burns, but she's recovering. She is recovering. You know, you better know a miracle when it happens. And this, of course, is Jaiwati Samaru. She suffered 2nd and 3rd degree burns in an explosion at her grocery shop, as I said, on the East Bank of Demerara. The explosion occurred when Jaiwati changed her gas cylinder. She changed the bottle with the intention of cooking, of course. And the explosion was caused by a leaking gas cylinder, causing the shop to explode. Yep. Her husband, Randolph Pereira, rushed downstairs when he heard the explosion. Rushed downstairs to help her, summon an ambulance, and her life was spared that day. The gas cylinder exploded, folks. That's the state of the shop. Her photograph is inserted there. It was like it was in effect a bomb. That was the effect of it. Blew the shop up, blew off the grill door, took off the roof, leveled the shop. Leveled the shop, folks. And Jaiwati walked away from that. Jaiwati Samaru walked away from that. Folks, use your gas cylinder with care. I'm not saying that Jaiwati was complacent or she didn't notice the gas bottle was leaking. It happens all the time. And that's why they said when you put it on, You put on your gas cylinder, you take a little water and you put it on that cap and see if you get some bubbles out of it. If you get at it leaking, remember to turn off your cylinder when you finish cooking. All of that. So be careful, folks. Be careful. Perhaps we got to get some more gas cylinder training in its uses, how we protect ourselves. That's lethal, The kitchen is deemed one of the most dangerous places in the home. The kitchen, people think it's the bedroom, but it's the kitchen. My house is both places. That being said, folks, our thoughts and prayers with this woman, Jaiwati Samaru, our thoughts and prayers with her for a full recovery. A full recovery. Y'all know it's no easy day in Guyana. Signs of the times are all around us. If the Father is not coming soon, folks, heaven help us. Signs of the times, folks. Once we step in the 2019. Look what happened here now. Look what happened here now. This is Warren Village, Region 6. They're telling us a woman took her life, took the life of her daughter in a murder-suicide. Warren Village on this is Region 6, as I said. Lalauti Barker, 73-year-old mother and wife. The daughter was Devi Nandalal, 52. They said since Devi was 14, she has been bedridden and the mother was caring for her. This is Warren Village in Region 6. Caring for her bedridden daughter for all these years. Right? And she herself, Lalauti herself, has been battling diabetes and hypertension. And her daughter reportedly had stopped eating about a week ago. This whole ghastly sight was stumbled upon by Lalauti's husband on the 21st day of August, a few days ago. He found both of them in a state of distress. And he recounted that his wife, Lalauti, had expressed the fear of being alone and had even had suicidal thoughts. Franklin Barker the husband, a 61-year-old government ranger, as I said, discovered this ghastly scene, took both women to the New Amsterdam hospital on the day in question. His wife, Lalauti, succumbed on that very same day, and the daughter succumbed on the following day. Police investigation, they tell us, led to the discovery of a bottle of the poisonous substance and the glass near Davy's bed. And testing suggested that this was the poisonous substance that took both of their lives. Of course, Warren Village in Region 6 is in shock. That community there. And our thoughts and our prayers, of course, with this family and with that community. This is not something easy at all. A husband loses his wife and his daughter a day apart, murder-suicide. Our thoughts and our prayers are with this family. Our thoughts and our prayers are with them. We got to pray for this country, folks. We got to pray for this country. We got to pray for this country. Dengue, smallpox, chikungunya, corruption, right? COVID, Jesus, you name it. Thoughts and prayers with this family. Moving on, folks. Moving on. This laborer, Antonio Benedict, he name calling. His name is calling. Y'all better make sure y'all name don't call. Police have issued a wanted bulletin for Antonio Benedict, and he is wanted for the murder of 22-year-old laborer Francis Suku. Young people are living long. 22 he gone. Even making Lalauti age, Davy age, 22. Gone. Senselessly, Francis Suku. Antonio Benedict, he's wanted for this, to answer questions for the demise of Francis Suku. His last known address is Sand Hill, Upper Burbage River, Region 10. Police said anybody with information on the whereabouts of Benedict, contact the nearest police station, of course, Suku, as you may remember, was fatally stabbed during an argument that started after drinking or during a drinking session at Sand Hills. Police have been trying to locate the suspect ever since then. They're said to be friends, tantalizing and this and that happened and so on. Somebody got slapped up and then stabbing took place. Stabbing took place. If there's no one thing in this country, is an ex. And so Antonio name getting called. Antonio Benedict for the demise of Francis Suku. That being said, folks, don't go and left your place unattended. Don't go and left your place unattended. This is a young man who was stabbed. This is a young man who got stabbed up. Thoughts and prayers with his family. Don't go and left your place unattended for vacation and so on. You know, some people just come back. Some people go in. I know what I tell you. Don't left your place unattended because when them boys ain't got time with you. When them boys ain't got time with me. This happened to a family recently. Went off overseas. And then they noticed the CCTV camera giving little trouble. It's them boys. Them boys went for the things. But folks, if you hear some of the things these people left in the house and they gone on vacation, I'm not saying they're asking for it. No. People should be able to leave the things that people uninterfered it. People should be able to leave the things and nobody don't interfere with it. 12592. Maybe them islands, Andy Sandra, Leonard Sampson, Debbie Hohencourt, Barbara Ralph, maybe them islands, Carolyn Halley, Deidre Thomas, Enid, maybe them islands, you know, but not here. And this to me seems more and more like an inside job. Not an outside one. An inside job. This one belongs to Hemwan Chowti, who lives in Colombia on the Essequibo coast. We need rigorous, better policing. We need rigorous, better policing. That's what we need here. The people burglarized Hemwan Chowti home while he and his family were overseas. Sometime between 1500 hours on Saturday, August 24th, and Sunday, August 25th. Over the weekend gone by, I didn't know why they were in the jumping Chowti house. I didn't know. Chowti's son noticed a malfunction of the house CCTV camera, as I said. And that's where the thing went down, you know. Listen to this now. Listen to the items that went from the house. Mayburn, you there? Huh? Christopher Chichester, you there? Hi with you, Christopher. It's an inside job. And I think we hear the last of this story. I think we hear the last of the murder-suicide. I think there's another side of that. Right? And we hear the last of Chowti. It's jump Chowti house, Hemwan Chowti. The son noticed that the camera didn't working well. When he do check the thing, tell somebody, go and check and see if everything good. Listen to this now. Listen to this. We need a drum roll. We need a drum roll. Diamond band. The stolen items included. Tell me if there's an inside one. The stolen items included a diamond band worth $5 million. Number one. 8 luxury watches worth $8.5 million. Number two. 4 gold chains worth $1 million. Number three. Right? It also included the burglary involved a diamond pendant and earrings worth $1.4 million. 12 bottles of high-end perfume worth $900,000. $10 million in cash and $7,000 US. While Ben sleeping. Police footage from the home surveillance system revealed 3 individuals involved. 3 individuals involved in this loot of Hemwan Chowti home in Colombia, Essequibo Coast. I hope that Hemwan get justice. I want to let my things line out like that. Right? But to each his own. People should be allowed. No need to read. I want to let the things like that. Right? I want to let the things like that. No. You see, what's his name? From Region 3. Right? He think I got these things. He's suing me for 50 million. But people should be able to leave their things, and people do not interfere with the things. That's why we got to send a strong message to the elements in this country. We need a stronger Home Affairs Minister, not this feeble Robeson. A Biden-esque Robeson. Don't do it. Let's get tough on crime. Tough on crime. As I said, right? 5 million diamond band, worth 5 million diamond band. 8 luxury watches, 8.5 million. 4 gold chains, 1 million. Diamond pendant in earrings, 1.5. 12 bottle high-end perfume, 900,000. 10 million in cash, 7,000 US dollars. I hope Hemwan Chowti get justice. I hope he get justice in this country. Justice. You people tell left it alone, man. Left it alone. Don't concern you. Let's leave it alone. Wrap it up. Pulling it down, folks. Pulling it down, folks. Region 10. Region 10 said the PPPs passed them. The closer. Region 10 said the PPPs passed them. Right? They've been targeted. That's what the region chairman said. PP targeting Linden. He was in Greta McDonald's very popular afternoon show on Wednesdays. He said PP targeting Region 10 specifically. Take a look. Take a listen.
Region 10 Chairman Darren Adams is of the view that Region 10 has become a target of the ruling PPP. He said that Region 10 isn't part of One Guyana.
We started a housing program, young professional. We were ensuring that doctors receive houses, nurses. As soon as this government came in, of course, they continued the housing project that we started. And once those lots were filled up, they have failed. In fact, we were told that they identify lands at milliside out without any feasibility study, without any consultation, only to be told that there's a large deposit of bauxite there. And so they had to scrap that program.
He said that over the past 4 years, the government can't show one transformational program in Region 10. He said that the only thing that the government is boasting about are the roads.
Even whether they inherited from the coalition, like the synthetic track and the Linden to Maburo Road, they have failed to deliver on any of those projects. The Linden Suzaik Highway has been placed on the back burner. You just saw there was an accident today. We started to light up that highway. They suspended all of those initiatives. And of course, they're only directing all of the resources to their stronghold.
Adams said that the Linden to Mabura Road is a project that the government doesn't want.
They blocked it for 23 years. Now they're claiming it suddenly. But we have the records, we have the documents, and we can, of course, justify. Do you know that since 2020, October, over 200 nurses have resigned from the Linden Hospital complex?
When it came to office, the government suspended the Region 10 nursing program. This wasn't the case in the other regions.
And now in 2024, we're hearing that they have to bring in nurses from Bangladesh, and they're bringing in nurses from Cuba. Of course, there's a language barrier there, and of course, many of our patients will have to suffer.
He said that the government is politicizing everything, including the Guyana Police Force. The result is the return of lawlessness.
What we're seeing now is a return of gangs, violence, division, instilling of fear in the population. And it is something that I believe will only be remedied once the coalition government returns to office and we see decency return to Guyana.
Yep. Decency gotta be returned to Guyana, folks. Decency gotta be returned to Guyana. And just before we go, just before the final, just before that, we want to let you know, because I know some of your kids going back to University of Guyana for school, going to the University of Guyana for school. Open campus starts tomorrow. Orientation is all week. All week. Take a look and take a listen. Little extra for the close of tonight.
The University of Guyana is set to begin the new academic year for 2024-2025 with a week-long series of orientation sessions, culminating with a high-energy formal opening on Friday, August 30th, 2024. This year's activities will bring dynamism and innovation to the formal opening. The new high-energy format will welcome new and continuing students, even as orientation sessions for faculties and units began today, Monday, August 26. The central hub for the formal opening and faculties meet and greet will be the new multi-purpose auditorium at the Turkine campus, gifted to the University of Guyana. The formal Friday commencement activities will begin at 12 noon, with an open campus event providing students with the opportunity to meet faculty, staff, and peers, explore the campus, student clubs and societies, and participate in other special activities in a festive atmosphere. This year, the university is expected to welcome over 3,250 new students who will join over 8,000 continuing students pursuing studies in various academic disciplines. Classes for most new and continuing undergraduate students will begin on September 2nd, 2024.
All right. Thank you guys for all that additional information. Thank you so much, Uncle Adam and team, for helping us out there, folks. That being said, that's our time this evening, and that's our broadcast. Share the live, folks. Smash that emoji button. We're going to see you, folks, right back here on the next one. That's the time. That's the program. We're going to see out front here, folks, exposing them. Share the live. Smash that emoji button. We're happy to have had so many of you on the live this evening. Yeah. That's the last bell. Good to have had you, Enid Elliott, Lester Williams, Wanda, Iban, Desiree. Good to have you, Edward, Joylyn, Donna, all you beauty folks out there. We're going to see you guys right back here, folks, tomorrow. Thanks for being here with us today, folks.